What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 6 of the Weekly in Review. My name is Sean, and on this show we have one movie, 3 games, and a limited edition bag of M&Ms. We're going to unbox a Pacific Northwest, the Great P&W mystery box, and we'll look forward to what's ahead this week. Start this week's episode with a game I talked about last week in Claybook. After playing the hour-long trial, I decided to pick up the whole game. I played for about 2.5 hours or so, picked up 6 achievements for 600 gamer score, and that's mostly what I was doing yesterday. I was just kind of hunting and picking those achievements up while working on stars in various levels to try and perfect that as well. I also went into the second world, which is like a kind of a candy-based world, and that's where the game, I think, does 2 things kind of weird. One, it doesn't run super well, which isn't a big complaint. I understand that it's in-game preview program, and I get kind of annoyed when people are like, oh, the game doesn't run well, or I'm not going to play it. And I mean, I kept playing it, but it wasn't annoying, but it was noticeable. It was there. But I also thought that the the levels and the challenges got a little bit more precise, and that's where I really struggled with the controls of this particular game, being that there's so much momentum, especially when you're like a ball. You get going really fast. It's hard to stop on a dime. I get that, that's part of the game. Part of the point is, the controls are a little bit loose and weird, and I understand that. But it can still be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're trying to get like a specific object in a specific spot, and you want it to fill the whole like outline or whatever. Because when you're moving, you're taking clay away from under where it's supposed to be. So it's a weird thing where you're trying to get it lined up correctly to meet the objective, but you're also taking away the platform you're supposed to be laying on. So it's digging you down lower. So then it's just kind of a weird cycle of like it gets worse and kind of more frustrating. So I struggled a little bit towards the end of the game, but I still had a good time. I played for 2.5 hours, so it's hard to argue that. I'm hoping to go back and mop up the rest of the achievements and 3-star a bunch of levels in one of the books. There are 2 books that are basically worlds. So hopefully I'll go back, clean up all the stars on one of them, get the 1,000 gamer score, call it good. See if they add any more stuff to it as it continues through the preview program into a full release. So I'll keep my eye on that one. Having a good time with it. Recommend checking it out. Use the hour trial if you like it. Pick it up. The achievements aren't terribly difficult if you're into that sort of thing, but some of them do take a little bit more skill than others. So I'll keep an eye on that and stay tuned for more updates from Claybook. The second game this week, which another game that I talked about last week, more in depth. Sea of Thieves ran a second scale test this weekend. It was like a surprise, like, hey, we're gonna do another one. So they threw it out there, and I jumped back in. Same crew number, just a 2-person, smaller boat, whatever. 3 quick things on it. One, there are sunken ships that you can find treasure in, which is totally awesome. The treasure is worth getting. That's really, really great. The chests even look different. They have little spots on them, and the wood's kind of green, and it's really awesome. The second part is kind of related to the first one. The swimming mechanics underwater, getting these chests through the sunken ships, is not great and is really, really disorienting. That's hopefully something that they'll fix. If not, I guess that's not the biggest deal in the world. Just kind of, there are times where you'll dive under and you'll kind of move around and it won't move correctly. It's kind of hard to describe. Like, I went like to the left, but I got kind of disoriented to where I was. Maybe that's redundant. I don't really know. I think it's kind of something that they should take note of. And the third note is I'm a little bit worried about the spawning of your ship if it gets sunk by another crew. We ran into a bit of an issue where we were trading in some chests, and a full four crew. That's the word I'm looking for. Crew. A full 4 crew boat sailed up on us and kind of trapped us in this area and ended up destroying our boat. And the boat spawn wasn't terribly far away, so they were able to find us again, and it kind of just kept repeating that same process where we would be stuck in one area and they would come find us and do it, and then we'd go to a different area. So I think that's another kind of just point of concern. I don't really want to mess with other players, honestly. Like, I just want to sail and have a good time. Captain Kesha just wants to spread the love. the love, the unicorn lore, and the loot. The three things, the three L's. So, those are three new thoughts that I didn't see last time or didn't have a problem with last time that I did this time. Still super excited for this game. Still really, really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be great. Comes out March 20th, so be excited for more coverage from that particular game. Finally, we have a new game this week, which is The Station. It released last week, actually. I think I mentioned that it was a new release to keep an eye out on. It's a walking simulator, which means that it's very much a walking around game. You're put on a space station, something has gone wrong, you're not quite sure what it is. You need to find audio logs and look through computers to try and piece together what happened. Something that Assemblance, a game I talked about a few weeks ago, tried to do, but didn't come up with enough of a cohesive story to keep me interested. This game does the opposite. It actually has a very cohesive story that I found very interesting from start to finish. This is a game, if you pick it up, it's $15. You can complete it if you follow a guide in 20 minutes, which is a little bit ridiculous, but it made the missed achievements that I had the first run through not as worrisome, so I just played it blind, and I spent about 2 hours with it. I picked up all 11 achievements for 1,000 gamer score, so that's a total of 17 achievements for 1,600 gamer score this week, which is a pretty good week for me. I thought this game did a great job of, like I was saying, telling a cohesive story. I thought the audio logs gave enough background to the characters to make me kind of care about them. I thought the emails were interesting and added layers to why maybe they were frustrated or annoyed with their specific environment. I thought the puzzles were rewarding, even if maybe they weren't always the greatest. I only got stuck in one spot, which is really nice, and it was totally on my end. I goofed up and just didn't see something that I should have seen, and I ended up walking around the area like 9 times. This is a bit of a shorter experience, which means it has a bit of a shorter review or thought process on it, but I really enjoyed my time with the game and would recommend checking it out. The $15 price tag may not be the best price point. Maybe a $10 price tag would be a little bit better. So maybe keep an eye out for it on sale. Pick it up at 33% off or 50% off or whatever you're comfortable with. But I enjoyed my experience with it. Had a good time. Thought it was a good game. Looking forward to playing more of these walking simulator games in the future. I have, I think, like 4 or 5 of them stuck on my hard drive, and yeah, good experience with easy gamer score. So win-win. Hard to argue that. The lone movie this week is Game Night, a movie that I won't give too much away because it's brand new. It just came out this last week. Another one that I talked about last week and actually managed to carry over and follow through, unlike the Florida Project, which I did not buy or watch. So that's going to be just kind of mysteriously missing unless I did what I just did and bring it up. Anyway, back to Game Night, which is the more important piece because I actually watched it. This movie's great. I thought it was really, really funny throughout. It does lose a little bit of steam towards the end, which is unfortunate, but most comedies do that typically, unless they're perfection like Napoleon Dynamite. The movie's perfect. Anyway, back to Game Night. I'm getting sidetracked, which is not good. This movie's really great. I probably said that like 3 times at this point. I had a great time with it. It really worked for me. There are jokes that are still sticking with me and I'm still laughing at. Even I was standing at the bus stop today working on kind of like how I wanted to talk about this movie, what points I wanted to hit with this movie, and I was just thinking of like random jokes that they made in it, and I was laughing at the side of the road on the bus stop. Just some random guy, no headphones on, just thinking to himself apparently, and just laughing. This isn't the greatest movie in the world. It's not going to change your life. You don't have to rush out and see it, but I really enjoyed it, and I do recommend that people check it out. I think it's really, really great. What's that rumbling under the table? It must be time for limited edition, where I went and bought something dumb at the store, and I'm going to talk about it now. This week, it's Neapolitan M&Ms. I'm trying not to move the bag, because it looks awful on the audio, but that's okay. My voice is looking just as bad. Okay. Oops. Neapolitan ice cream M&Ms. There they go. I found them at Target. 2 for $6. Obviously, I bought 2 of them. When a deal, you know what? When a deal's a deal, you get a deal, Sometimes you don't need to buy 2. I didn't need to buy 2. But I did, because they were on sale. I mean, I could have saved $2 and bought half as much, but that's crazy person talk. That's absolutely insane. Anyway, unfortunately, these actually aren't all that great. You get them in 3 different colors. You get the pink, the black, and the white, or brown, I guess. Is it brown? Yeah, it's brown. No, maybe it's black. It doesn't, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's like one of them's strawberry, one of them's vanilla, and the other one's chocolate, which is what Neapolitan is, I think. I don't really know. Chocolate? No, it's chocolate. It's brown. I don't know why this is so confusing to me, but hey, here we are. There's more crinkling in the microphone for you as well. Just, you know, bonus crinkle. That's free with a purchase of 2 of these for $6 at Target. I know it sounds like Target sponsored this. They didn't. I'm just talking about Target because I'm at Target a lot. That's like 8 times. If I had $1 for every time I've said Target, there's 9, I would have $9. So that's good. I could buy an additional 3/4 of a bag because they're 2 for $6. Anyway, normally 4. I don't know why. I'm so stuck in the math at this point. Doesn't matter. They're going to melt in my other hand because I was going to try them, but they don't actually have a ton of flavor, which is unfortunate. I'll eat them now. It just tastes like M&M. So, there you go. These are at your local Target. Go pick them up, but maybe don't buy 2, because it's not the best idea in the world. And this has been limited edition. Something new this week is, I don't know, my hands are just kind of like right. Something new this week is an unboxing. Well, we did one last week, but this is a different type of unboxing. This is a mystery box unboxing. This is from the Great Pacific Northwest. This is the second run of them that I've seen them do. They had one a while back that I didn't get a hold of. They sold out before I was able to get one. But I was able to jump on this one and order it. So we have 2 hats and a shirt in here, and I'm going to crack it open and we'll see what we have. Fortunately, my knife has just been rolling around my bed for the last week, so thankfully, I haven't gotten stabbed in the middle of the night. It's right here. Right here. Here's my knife. So, with that deep breath, we'll cut it open and see what happens. And make sure I don't show the address to the people watching this, because you don't need to know where I live. You don't need to know at all. This knife is really dull. There we go. Cutting well. Uh-oh. Look at microphone. Hang on. Let's do this. Like that. Perfect. You can see a little diva down there. Oh, not very clear, but it's there. So... Oh, shit. We have... What do we have here? We have the 2 shirts. We have this one. This is great because it's green and I love green. And I have a hat that probably matches this really well. So that's awesome. That looks really cool. Great. You'll expect to see this in a future episode as well. So we'll go ahead and throw that one off. And we'll look at this one. Oh! This is the shirt my mom has. I think. Yeah, I bought my mom this shirt. You can't see it at all, but it doesn't know what to focus on. It's the state of Washington, and it's, I don't know, what is that? It's the mountain ranges and stuff. I'm trying to move it, but I can't really see. Ooh, I'll stand up a little bit. But there's the design. I was actually going to buy this shirt anyway, and now my mom and I can match. So that's double bonus awesome. That's really cool. So cool, 2 for 2. And we have a hat, because Lord knows I need more hats. And it's a hat my brother has. So that's awesome, because I was going to buy this one for myself as well. So this was a really good deal. This was $45. And I got 3 really, really awesome things. So, man, that worked out really well for me. So that's the mystery box from the Great Pacific Northwest. I love the company. Shout out to them. They're great. Go check out their stuff. I have 2 of their hoodies, a hat, and now 2 shirts and an extra hat. So 2 hoodies, 2 shirts, 2 hats. That's a really good number. 2 straight across. Finally, as always, here on the Weekend Review, we look forward to the week's new releases. I'm going to include 2 new items in this week in the Xbox Game Pass editions and additions, and the Xbox Live Gold, Games with Gold editions, because those are both revealed. I don't have the PSN Plus stuff because... PS Plus? PSN Plus. PS Plus. I goofed that up. That's fine. I don't have the PS Plus stuff. Hasn't been announced yet. I'm assuming it'll get announced on Wednesday. It'll probably get announced tomorrow, but whatever. I'll just talk about it next week. It's fine. On the Xbox Game Pass side of things, Xbox is adding 8 games in total this month, 7 games on the 1st of March, 1 game in Sea of Thieves, which you should absolutely download. I'm going to keep banging that drum every week until it's out, and then several weeks afterwards, and probably for the rest of the year, about how great that game is. So download that on March 20th. If you're looking for something to play on the 1st, I would actually highly recommend Super Lucky's Tale. It got lost in the avalanche of Mario hype that happened last fall. I think it came out a week or 2 after, somewhere in there. But this is an easy, colorful, bright, fun, 8 to 10 hour completion. I had a great time with it. It's not too challenging, not too difficult, just a super chill game that's really cute and fun about a fox. You can also find Oxenfree and Rise of the Tomb Raider, 2 really well-received games critically that I never got around to. I think I actually have Rise of the Tomb Raider sitting behind me on my shelf somewhere, and probably Tomb Raider Definitive Edition up there somewhere as well. I was going to play those back-to-back. Obviously, I never got around to it. What a surprise. So that's what's hitting Xbox Game Pass. You can check out the full list over at Xbox.com. I don't think there's anything really I'm missing. The other games aren't great. Do you really need to play Sega or Sonic CD? No. No one needs to ever play a Sonic game, because Sonic is garbage. He's fast right into the trash, because he's not good. And Sonic games are bad. The games with gold were also announced, so I'll tell you 2 games that I think you should play. I'm going to try out Trials of the Blood Dragon. I never really played it. I like the idea of Trials games, even if they're like way too difficult for an impatient guy like me. I think they're interesting, so I'm going to give that one a shot. And I think you should really check out Super Hot. That game's great. First person kind of puzzle game. It's super hot. Like, really, it's super hot. Super hot. That's how they say it. Super hot. Super hot. And then you hear that a bunch, and you're like, man, this is the jam. Great game. Download that. It's free with Games with Gold. You can also download Brave, the Disney Pixar Brave. That's not a very good game, but you can download it. I don't know how easy the gamer score is, but we can do. It's free. It's just hard drive space. Or don't download it. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You live your life. And then there's one other game on the 360 that releases on the 15th, but I don't remember what it is, which probably speaks to how unimportant it is. So that's what's new on Xbox Live Gold. Blasting really quickly through the rest of this list, on Blu-ray this week there are 2 movies on Blu-ray, but there's only one that matters. The other movie is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. People have problems with that movie. It's fine. I'm excited to rewatch it, see if my opinion has changed. I thought it was really, really great, regardless of the 3 lines that killed the 3 billboards. But more importantly, the movie that matters this week on Blu-ray is Coco. Go buy Coco. Go watch Coco. Love it. It's fantastic. It's by far the best animated film of the year. Don't even really know why they nominated anything else. They also snubbed the Lego Batman movie, and I will not stop beating that drum either for several months. Okay? So there's lots of drums being beat around here. The Sea of Thieves drum, right? And the Lego Batman movie snub drum. So there you go. In theaters, we have the terrible, but I'm going to see it anyway, probably, Death Note. This movie looks awful. It looks dumb. I'm laughing at myself thinking about going to see this stupid, dumb movie and how dumb and stupid it's going to be. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because I'm, a fan of the great actor Bruce Willis. I don't think that's ever actually been said of him, in like a non-sarcastic way, which I kind of meant sarcastically. He's a good, action star. I mean, he's not, a good actor. Anyway, this movie looks really dumb, and one of the trailers looked very grindhousey, which was pretty cool. The whole movie, I'm sure, won't be that way, which will be a huge disappointment to me. But that's okay. What are you going to do about it? Maybe not see the movie. That's the option. Just don't go. But strangely committed to that idea. Apparently I enjoy torturing myself. I don't know. 2 games coming out this week. That was a big breath. 2 games out this week. One is Gravel, which is a kind of arcade racer, off-road dirt game. I don't know. It looked pretty cool. The storyline actually sounds kind of awesome. Well, the single player, it's not like it's like a story, but kind of not. I don't know. It's a racing game, but it sounds like it's more like a reality TV show, which is something that Split Second did a really great job of. That sort of competition show. I don't know why I'm doing this motion, but sort of competition show. Really, I keep doing it. Competition show thing works really well for me, and so I'm interested to check that out. I'll give that a shot this week. And the other game that I just found out about, because I looked through Gravel is out, by the way, on Xbox One and PS4. I looked through Xbox Wire, and I looked through the PSN, the drop. And this other game, let me check my notes here. Timothy versus the Aliens snuck up on me, and I YouTubed it really quick and watched the trailer, and it looks really awesome. It's a black and white game that has spots of color in the aliens that are like green and orange. It's like an open world platformer. I don't really know. It looked kind of fun and silly and goofy, so I'll keep my eye on that, maybe give it a shot somewhere down the road. I also realized that I missed 3 things last week. 1, The Tick has new episodes on Amazon Prime. Hell yeah, The Tick is awesome. 2, Mute, from the director of Moon, Duncan Jones, is on Netflix. And 3, Annihilation came out in theaters last week. And as a fan of sci-fi, I thought about checking it out, but just didn't. So we'll see. Maybe that should be the movie I go see instead of Death Note. I'm going to go see Death Note. I'm going to hate it. That's what's new. That's what's new this week. Thanks so much for hanging out here on the Week in Review. As always, my name is Sean. You can leave your comments, questions, concerns, missed hype trains down below, suggestions of things I might enjoy, all that hoopla. While you're down in the comments below, like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more of this mediocre video content. I don't really know. I'm having a good time doing it. I hope you're having a good time watching it. I'll be back next Tuesday with more game and movie coverage. All sorts of good stuff. We're going to talk about Bruce Willis, how great he is. We'll talk about driving. Not that I know how to do it in real life, but video game driving, I can kind of do that. And I'm sure I'll have a random bus story or something. So who knows what happens here on the Week in Review. Be back next week. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye-bye now. Just like Barbie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye. My cheeks hurt. See you next week.